Straw Hut Media.
Frank still hasn't explained. So every
Somehow
single week,
we magically got 3 audio submissions this week.
We requested audio submissions. We were like, we're not getting them. And then somebody DM'd on the Confess Your Mess Instagram.
It wasn't working.
And they said, hey, I submitted a secret. I know on the last episode that you guys talked about OnlyFans, and mine was specifically like related to OnlyFans, and I just wanted to make sure you got the secret because it was really good.
Here's what I think.
What happened?
I think that our producer Frank is chuckling right now off camera somewhere, realizing, oh, I forgot to check the audio submission tab, and I found a bunch of them just sitting there.
Because there's no explanation, Frank.
Go deep today. It's gonna be a good one. We actually have been super excited about this guest, and we just met them a couple nights ago at an event here in Hollywood. Then they hopped on a plane and they're far, far away in Denver right now. But I just have to read this bio, okay?
Okay, read it.
First and foremost, our guest is Willam. Usually I just sort of like gloss over the bio, but this one's written so iconically that I actually feel like I have to read the whole thing.
Okay, let's hear it.
Willam is a professional narcissist and liar who recently made his West End debut in Death Drop, where there's a Willam, there's a way. 2-time Emmy Award loser for his work on Netflix's Eastsiders, love it, and wig wearer extraordinaire who was disqualified from RuPaul's Drag Race like a decade ago. TV shows like Nip Tuck, Difficult People, Criminal Minds, and 2 out of 3 of the CSIs have also been graced and defaced by his presence. If he was in front of you, he'd be blinding you with glitter from his makeup line, Suck Less Face and Body, which you can find at sucklessfaceandbody.com. Also, if you're 18 years or older, check out Willam's OnlyFans. That's the bio, and it's iconic.
Please bio. Welcome
to the podcast, Willam.
Confess your mess. Hi, Willam. First of all, congratulations. We were all hanging out the other night at the Queer Teas, and Race Chaser won for Best Podcast this year. First of all, before we get into our first segment, I need to verify something. We were and because AJ said we all met last night, I don't think that's the case. 2019, I believe, we were at an InStyle Golden Globes party. Were you, or it might have been 2018, were you at an InStyle Golden Globes party handing out like urinal cakes with your face on there?
Oh, it was a sticker, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It was you though.
Yeah.
Okay. So all this time I was like, I remember there's a queen there. So also, you don't know this because you don't really know us, but season 12 is our first season. And then we've watched All Stars and Queens of the Universe, all that stuff after. But we're now going backwards. We're on season 9 right now. So we haven't even seen your season. And so and the reason why I told you not to look it up earlier is because I was talking to one of my best friends, Alana, and I said, oh, we're so excited we have Willam on the podcast. We know of Willam, but not from Drag Race, from everything else. And then she was like, oh, never mind. I was like, what? She's like, you don't know what happened. And I was like, what do you mean? Like she said like it was this moment.
So we're like the 2 gays in America who have no idea what happened in your season yet. So we're going to be so surprised, and I can't wait.
Oh,
pretty good. I mean, I'm the only person that has happened to on the show, so...
Iconic.
Wait, so what season?
Season 4.
Oh, whoa. Wait, you're young, or you just look young still?
I look young, yeah.
No, but I've been so I work for Dick Clark and the HFPA, the Hollywood Foreign Press. So I've been hosting the red carpet Golden Globes for years, and then we get invited into the show and we get to go do our thing. And I do remember meeting you now, and I was like, oh my god, who is this queen? I love this bitch. And here we are 5 years later.
Yeah, I look like Batman at that Golden Globes party.
Oh my gosh.
I was with Logan from Dear White People and Kat, these girls that I was on Hit the Floor with. VH1.
Yeah. Wait. Okay,
he was on Hit the Floor.
Oh, wait, Logan Browning?
Yeah.
Wait, I've been on Hit the Floor twice.
Me too.
So McKinley Freeman's an old friend of mine.
Oh my God, I want McKinley Freeman to be a new friend of mine.
Amen, right? He's such a good guy. He's such a good person. And gosh, oh my gosh, what's the creator of Hit the Floor? I can't even think of his name off the top of my head. What is it?
James LaRosa.
James LaRosa, yes. So he brought me on the original iteration, and I played myself, AJ Gibson, a Hollywood reporter. And then when they went away for a little bit and they came back, they brought me back again, and I had a scene with Tiana Taylor for the latest iteration of VH1.
Yeah, I was on Tiana season 2, and then an earlier one. I love that show. James and James and I both dated people on a gay basketball team, so we knew each other from that.
Oh my God, that is like the most iconic sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Willam, how tall are you?
Like 5'10"?
Okay.
You have like we both have like long arms. You have long, extensive arms, so we feel connected. Also, if you have listened to this podcast since the beginning, you know I used to do like edibles, tequila every single episode. Haven't done that in a while. I took an edible before this one because we're taping this kind of later at night, and we've been doing like 11 a.m. tapings recently. So I was like, I don't want to edible that early in the morning, and it definitely kicked in.
I'm sober as all get out. So here we are.
Here we are.
Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Willam, here's how it's going to work. You've got a confession, a secret that you're going to share with us at the very end of the podcast. It's the climax of the episode, if you will. So we're going to enjoy that together later. But first, in order to trust you with our messengers, that's what we call our listeners, to trust you with their secret confessions, we just want to know that you're like down to play, right? So this is not your big secret. This is just a little teeny, a willow pill.
Oh, we love willow pill.
This is a little secret, and this is sort of more of a vice. Maybe it's a food that you just can't, get enough of, even though it's not great for you. Maybe it's an ex that you just still call every now and then late night when you get lonely. It's your little secret. We call this one your mess, but yes.
Okay, I have something that everybody thinks is disgusting, but I do it and I don't care. I'm severely lactose intolerant, and so like I miss out on all the good things like pudding and like creamy stuff. So I eat baby food a lot.
Wait, we saw you eating one a second ago.
I thought it was applesauce.
No, well, I eat that too, but like none of like the chicken or savory ones. It's always like a fruit-based one. But I think I'm so good at eating ass because I've been eating these without spoons for like with just my tongue for like a good 2 decades.
Wait. So this is iconic. So if you're actually just listening to us right now, because the video usually comes out a few days later, like a week or so later, Willam is currently shirtless with the hair wrapped up with baby foods in a hotel in Denver right now, right?
Yes.
With no running water, by the way. And when we first logged on, Willam's like, sorry, I'm not in drag right now. I hope that's okay. And I'm not putting my shirt on. And then I was just sitting here silently watching as we were preparing. And I was like, why does Willam keep sticking their tongue in this pudding? It looked like a pudding, like a snack pack. Mm-hmm. Turns out it's baby food. Do you eat? Okay, this is a test because I actually really, really love baby food.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever even told you this.
No.
Do you eat the plum baby food?
No, I almost got the plum and banana one today, but they only have the glass one, and those little glass ones I just feel weird eating out of.
Yeah.
Like an adult movie eat out of it. But I never use a spoon either, so like I look like a freak anyway. I don't care.
Well, that's so hot. And congrats on the eating ass. And yeah, you passed. I think we can trust you with our messenger secrets.
Right.
You ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Okay, so Frank is our producer's listening. Frank, we love you. And I think you have our very first audio secret that you're going to share with us right now. Is that correct?
No, I have to read the thing first.
Oh, wait, you have to read something first?
Yeah, that's what yeah. So what all I have to say is anonymous, male, North Carolina.
Okay, so this is my secret. When I was a young gay, hadn't came out yet, but I ventured into online dating, and I created this online profile with Match.com, and I was looking for the love of my life. So the secret is that my username was Virgin Boy and some numbers. And yes, that's very embarrassing. But the most embarrassing part about it is that when I had to cancel the account that was registered to my credit card, I had to call customer service and I had to tell them my username. So I'm talking to this guy, and he kind of sounded attractive. But anyway, let me stay focused. I had to tell him my username, Virgin Boy 324 whatever. And it was the most embarrassing thing. He chuckled a little bit, and I was like, yes, I would like to cancel this account, please and thank you.
Okay, anonymous North Carolina. I love that. I guarantee you, they spelled boy B-O-I.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say that would be salt in the wound if they didn't.
What's your online dating history like, Willam? Because I did meet a boyfriend on Manhunt .net or
not
.com
Manhunt.
back in the day. Yeah, he ended up becoming my friend. Yeah. We were in Columbus, Ohio. We got together on Manhunt, and it was a popular one.
You make it sound hot.
It was before Grindr. It was before everything else. Before Scruff. Before Tinder. Any of that stuff. And you had to like log on to your desktop computer. To get onto it. How about you, Willam? What's your dating history like? What's the wildest thing that has ever happened to you on a date?
When I was 12, I would go into AOL chat rooms and find guys to meet up with and then blackmail them. That wasn't my proudest moment. But I definitely ruined a couple lives by leaving some messages on voicemails that other people heard. Can't take it back. God. From AOL, I went to Manhunt, Adam for Adam, Anywhere. I was also married for like 15 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was married from when I was 20. I met him when I was 19 until I was 33. We're still married, but we're not together. And then right now I'm just on like Jacked and Grindr sometimes, but like.
Oh my God, the way that you just nonchalantly threw out all of that life experience in one little story is beautiful.
And to my high ass, this is just incredible.
Yeah, I had a quarantine boo for a while, but he became my boo because I had to tell some people that I had chlamydia. And he was the one that was coolest about it. And he's like, we have to start wearing rubbers. And I was like, what if I just f*** you? And so he and I just for like a year and a half, or all through COVID. It was great. We're friends now still. And I'm not dating anyone currently, but I did go on a date on Sunday, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm going on another this weekend with the same guy. He's very cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm living for this.
Listen, married and dating. I love all of this for you.
It's a moment.
What do you say to our listener, our anonymous listener in North Carolina who's embarrassed about their username, given what you've just shared with us?
There's a lot worse usernames than Virgin Boy. I mean, it didn't have gape in it. It didn't have belch. It didn't have like. You could have just said, yeah, I'm from Virginia. It wouldn't let me put the whole state. Who cares? You're never going to meet this person. Sure, they sounded cute online on the phone, but everybody sounds cute on the phone.
That is true.
It could have said it was Virginia and you just couldn't fit the whole word.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Well, thank you, Anonymous, for that secret. Hope all is going well in North Carolina.
Yeah, and I hope you found love. You said you wanted a lifelong partner. I hope you found that person. I don't know.
It sounded like they were in a car with traffic going by, so they were still keeping it as a secret.
They sounded like they were low-key still afraid to share the secret.
I don't think they found love yet, but let us know. DM us. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Confess Your Mess. It's a good one. Every time I say that now, I think I sound like Steve Harvey on Family Feud. We got a good one for you today. We got the Jones family versus the Smith family.
Yep.
But we really do have a good one today. We've got Willam on the pod, the icon, and didn't even know that we knew each other. Well, we knew Willam for years, without realizing it. Met at the Golden Globes 5 years ago.
Yeah,
who knew?
Because of a urinal sticker.
Yeah, because of a urinal sticker.
It's just the way. And also to be fair, like usually we attract people. Because at that party, we were probably like the only queer people there, and queers find each other, and we're like super tall. And Willam came like sashaying over in the best way and was like, "Hey, pee on me," and I was like, "Oh my God, I love." Okay. All right, let's get into our next secret. I believe this one is from Anonymous Female United States. Wow, they really just did.
Wow, they really narrowed that one down.
The whole country.
Okay, I'm here to confess my mess. So I used to post nudes of myself online in places like Reddit and like Tumblr before it died, pretty much doing like amateur porn. And I did that for like 5 years before I stopped because my boyfriend found out because he was looking for porn and he found me instead. But, like, it was okay. Like, he was cool with it. We're still together. But, yeah, there we go. I know Emile has been wanting to have a audio message, so here we go. I hope you enjoy my mess.
First of all, let me say my heart just dropped because
No, I love how she kept. I thought she knew you.
She said, I know Emile, but I thought she was like saying, I know Emile, and she was gonna like say, because I have nudes. AJ knows I love taking nudes. I don't post them online though. I've posted like, I think the most scandalous was for Spice Bomb sponsorship that I had, and I had like my hands covering, and then I showed a little bit of pubes. I though, if you found nudes of me online and we were already dating, would you be upset, or were you just? But did she said she was doing actual porn?
Oh, I think it's very, very different. I think with straight people and queer people, this conversation is very different. Because as a queer person, it's very common to know or to date or be in a relationship or have consensual sex with people who actually do sex work or do porn or do whatever it is. I think it's a little more taboo for straight people.
Yeah.
Willam, what's your advice to this woman from somewhere in America?
I used to be a hooker when I was 17 and 18 in Philly, and this one guy filmed me without me knowing, and then I found out he filmed me the next time I went back to his place because I figured out the setup. I was like, why do you have a mattress on the floor? And then I was like looking in the corners, and I was like, oh, you've been filming. I was like, well, guess what? I'm 17.
Oh my God!
I can release that. I need some money. I'm calling the escort agency. All that stuff.
Wow.
So there could be stuff on me online that I don't know about, but I mean, I have an OnlyFans. I think every inch of me has been seen on the internet. I have a shirt that says "Make America Gape Again" with like my asshole on it and pulling it.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's really cute.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, no, he loves. I love buying merch. I'll buy it and I'll DM you the photo.
He supports. No, I love this, and I think that it's really sweet. Well, because here's the thing. Your boyfriend, who's still with you, by the way, and that's also kudos to both of them for like not letting this be some weird thing that like.
Oh, you're talking to the lady
girl.
now.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. I thought you were talking to Willam. I was like,
no, the girl from Willam's great. Willam doesn't need my advice. But this girl who confessed this, somewhere in America, I think she sounds like she's from the South, but that's just me. Because here's the thing. Yeah, right. But your boyfriend was looking for porn,
right? Which
tells you he's into the commodity that you were offering.
Oh, commodity.
Right? And so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, maybe they had a discussion and they decided it was time for her to stop doing that. But does that mean it's time for him to stop looking for it too?
No.
Because like my favorite porn is like you. Every now and then I look at other stuff, but like it's you.
Yeah.
We have this photo that I've wanted to post for so many years. He won't even let me post. There's a picture of his butt, and we're in Bali. And when they greeted us at one of the villas we stayed at, we go there and we walk into this big stone tub, above ground tub, and it's filled with a bunch of white flowers and then red flowers and the big heart shape in the middle of it. So we climb into it to take an Instagram photo, of course.
It was cold as fuck.
It was so ice cold. It was literally ice cubes. And I'm in the tub and he stands up like with his back to the camera. Because, of course, he set the camera up on the tripod and we did the whole thing.
I had a timer.
And his booty was like wet and there's like some flower petals on it. And like I'm kind of like looking like this, like being all like cute and whatever. And it's the sexiest photo. And he won't let me post it. And I don't think he won't let me post it because he's afraid of people seeing his butt. I think actually it's because his butt's bigger now and more muscular.
I think oh my God, you really do know.
I do know him because he's a hoe.
I was ready to drag you. It really is why. My butt's bigger now and it wasn't as big back then. I finally started doing 2 days work of legs. I used to just do one leg day and then I switched like in 2019.
That's real.
I switched to a leg day and a glute focus day.
Yeah.
And it's intense. And
your hoe ass won't let me post it because I know you.
Maybe I should marry you because I did not think I was over here like he doesn't really know why I don't let him post it.
Our wedding's in just a few months.
Just a few months. We're almost there.
Everybody should have a first husband.
Wait, listen. I say that it's funny you say that because that used to be my joke too, and I hope that I only have one for my entire life. But I'm the first and only person he's ever gone on a date with his entire life, which is wild. And I'm like, so I've been waiting for like 9 years for him to be like, I want to go hoe, and I need to get out in these streets and do what I got to do. And I'm like, I get it, but please don't do that to me.
What I got to do.
And for me, I always thought like my dad's married 4 times. I just always thought I'd get married multiple times or I was afraid to get married or whatever. But I think because we waited 10 years, I'm kind of like, okay, I think I'm okay with this one. I think I'm okay just with one. Like, imagine that. Fast forward like 2 years and then we're like on tabloids for like a terrible breakup. I rebuke that.
I do too. Okay. So the next secret is audio submission from anonymous male in Houston.
Okay.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Now, before I get with this story, only Judy can judge me, so whoever's listening, don't judge me, okay? So my ex, who we were together for 3 years, that's a long time in the gay world. Me and him broke up about in 2020, but ever since then, we've still been messing around. Anytime we see each other, one of us is in the other person's bed. So this last time we just did it, which was on a Friday. Mind you, I had a date that same Saturday with some other guy who's super cute, super nice, by the way, and he's a doctor. I had to cancel it because I just could not, I couldn't do it. So I was still laid up. So I texted my 14-year-old sister and was like, hey, act like you got COVID. Send me a text saying that your test came back positive. She did that. I sent it to him. I was like, hey, sorry, I can't go on the date again. Mind you, I already rescheduled on this man 3 times prior to this Saturday. So I needed a great excuse. She followed along, 14-year-old. Why did I loop her in my mess? I don't know. But she texted me. I sent the screenshot to him like, hey, I got to take care of my sister. He's saying he understands. And I just feel so bad because I'm up there lying talking about COVID, bringing my 14-year-old sister in my mess, all the while got someone else's penis in my throat because I want to be horny and I want to have sex with somebody who's a familiar piece of dick and familiar piece of ass. So that was that. Yeah, I was a messy ass motherfucker and I'm sorry, Lord.
I don't understand why he had to cancel. Just did he still have the other guy's babies leaking out of him?
Like, oh my gosh! I mean, listen, we have questions we need answers.
Yeah.
He says that they were doing what they do when he liked having his D in his mouth, and that's what his focus was. But so first and foremost, that's your thing. Go for it, right? But he's now rescheduled on this doctor 3 times. So is this doctor going to give him a 4th shot? Do we think he should?
He needs to get a shot of penicillin.
Okay, check. How about let's not even touch on the COVID thing just yet. 14-year-old sister. Are we bringing the 14-year-old sister into life for us? Is that okay? Are we fine with that?
Yeah, because minors can't be culpable.
Amen. Okay. It reminds me of that 15-year-old little Russian skater who got away with some shit at the Olympics. I hear you. Okay. Moving on to the next part of it. COVID-19. Is that a bridge too far for us? We're saying, okay, hey, you need to tell this person. And here's why he did it. Because the guy's a doctor and he's thinking, well, that's a tricky one, though, because the doctor could come back with some information we don't know. And listen, I'm around COVID-19 all day long. I'm good.
But also, okay. I don't know.
Willam, have you used COVID-19 to get out of anything in the last 2 years?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this.
What have you?
Not really.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I don't remember things. So I'd probably say it and then be like, what? Huh? I didn't know COVID.
Well, I will say this, and I sometimes feel guilty about it, but I think I probably got sick more in the last 2 years than I have ever. And I actually have, I host a national radio show every day, so I have a real job I have to go to every day. And I've taken more sick days than I've ever had in my life. And in my mind, I am like, okay, well, I don't feel good. It could be COVID.
Could be.
So I'm telling myself that I'm protecting everybody around me, which is true because we're supposed to stay home if we don't feel good. But also, low-key, I'm like, if I feel a scratch in my throat, I'm like, well, I better stay home. So I feel kind of guilty about it.
You were trying to protect people. There were times where it was scary out there. So don't feel guilty about that.
I'm okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm not a bad guy?
You're not a bad guy. I thought you were going to sing it.
Well, were you a two date per day kind of guy?
I haven't been on very many actual dates in my life, probably under 10.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because I got with my husband when I was 19. My ex. And so I f***ed him the first night we met, and we met at a Mickey's, at the front counter. He pulled his dick out so he could get in free, and then he came back and it was bigger, and it was the biggest dick I'd ever seen on a white guy. So I was like, I'm in.
Get it.
I went on my first Valentine's Day date last year, and I could show you a picture of it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So cute.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you scrapbooked it?
I did. That's my journal. I'm not supposed to. He's not out, so blur that part or whatever. But
Oh, wow. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, blur that, Frank.
Frank, note that.
He just came out as bi about a month ago, actually, because I took him to see that. Everybody's talking about Jamie, and then like the next day, he was like, I think I'm gonna tell people I'm bi. I was like, okay, cool.
When we actually met on a podcast 10 years ago on camera, and he was very much in the closet when we met. And I was like, really? And then I became like a friend and a mentor. And then here we are.
I was not giving off any vibes.
Yeah, you were
at
so
all.
gay.
I was like, what's up, bro? I had on my all brown baggy jeans.
I came out as bi to my mom when I first came out. And have I ever told this story in the pod yet? I don't think I have yet.
My mom got me sucking dick. That's how she found out I was gay.
She found you? She saw you?
My baby book, it says that I'm either going to be gay or a ballerina, literally. I walked on my toes. And my dad had a gay brother and a gay sister. My mom had probably a gay brother. But yeah, there was a good chance it was happening. And like my mom told my dad before I was like 3, I think she told me when she told him that I was gay. And he's like, how do you know? You can't. And she's like, listen, I know. She was right. She was super right because I'm a drag queen.
That's like the highest level of gay. Yeah. You've like reached the pinnacle.
I did little crazy things that really indicated I was gay at a young age, like changing outfits with scissors and like at 3, like making my clothes fit me better. And she knew. She's not dumb.
Yeah. This needs tailored a bit, mother. Yeah. These sleeves are a little bit loose on my biceps.
Right.
Blowing my cousin was another good indicator that gay.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I need to get your book. I obviously need.
You can't get mad.
Wow. You're wild.
Yeah, you're wait,
but there's such a freedom in that. Like,
there's a freedom.
This is the thing that I love about you, because like I'm very like we're privately kind of freaky, but like I'm also like a little bit. I'm not conservative. Where I come from, I'm the most liberal person you've ever met in your entire life. But in like queer culture, I'm a little bit more middle of the road. Like I don't judge, I don't care, but it's also just like it hasn't been my experience. And literally, when you met me the other night, I had my nails painted black. This is the first time I've ever had my nails painted in my life, Willam.
It's a moment.
And I was getting them painted the other day, and I was like this. I'm 41 years old, and I'm like this. My heart's racing. I'm like, why is my heart racing? I'm getting black matte nail polish.
She did a good job, too.
She did do a good job, right? But like, that's where I come from. Small town, Ohio. Kind of a messed up childhood. Great family, but a weird town I grew up in.
I'm a prostitute reality star.
Wait, that's the promo.
Yeah, should that be the title? Prostitute reality star with Willam?
I'm a prostitute reality star.
Okay.
All that.
So we have one final secret.
Wait, is it that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
One final secret before we get Willam's secret. So here we go. It's anonymous male Midwest.
It's a long one.
Now, see, if I would have read it, they wouldn't have known it was going to be long.
All right, read it at a fast pace.
Midwest. I'm a married man over 30 years to a woman. We have 3 great adult children. My mess to confess, the majority of my marriage I've been having sex with other white-collar masculine married men, just like men. Oh, just like men. Okay. These are very typical masculine guys with beautiful wives and children. The fact that we are men who don't present any kind of feminine behaviors, the sex is strong, hard, very physically, lots of kissing and making out, the weight of a man on top of me, scruff to scruff. I feel like I'm reading like vocal or word porn. The weight of a man on top of me, scruff to scruff, chest to chest, stomach to stomach, cock to cock, thighs to thighs, and feet to feet. Oh, Lord, the feet. I've been with my same friend 7 years, and we meet 2 to 3 times a week.
A week?
We are both versatile. And sir, where's the secret? We are both versatile, and when we set a time to be together, we shower, but don't wear any cologne or deodorant that day. Oh, you want that funk. We love the smells we bring. This is gross.
Wow.
We love the smells that we bring to our times together. The smell in our pits, pubes, between our legs, and even the feet. Oh, his feet are so sexy.
Wow. Whoa.
Frank, where is the secret? We are not hyper masculine, but you never suspect that we are together in a sexual way. We've done weekend fishing trips, business trips, and guy weekends. I've had male lovers since high school. Sex with a guy can't compare with that of a woman. It's like comparing apples and oranges. There, I've confessed my mess. Our time together hasn't been as frequent since COVID-19, mainly because our wives' schedules have changed. So the secret is that they're having sex with other masculine married men, and then they went into full-on porn.
Willam, take it away.
Wait, am I supposed to critique his secret?
No, I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? Like, how common do you think that actually really is?
Oh, I think there's a lot of people who are liars out there and cheaters. I mean, I've been one. Every relationship I've been in, somebody's cheated or lied about cheating. Either me or the other person. I mean, I've only been in like 3 relationships, but like, yeah, people do that a lot.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, and here's what I'll say. I think that, well, first and foremost, I try not to judge. I want to judge the out of this person because you're in a married like situation for 30 years and your wife does not know, and you have 3 grown kids and you're lying to the entire family. What do you think she knows?
Wives always know. I always know.
Then why not talk about it? That's my issue.
Well, it's like the unspoken thing.
It's easy, you know.
Yeah, and then it blows up the whole life.
Okay, and I'm as a product of divorce, it was so damaging to me, and the way that they never talked about it. My parents never talked us through it. They never really kind of addressed it. They never really like had to sit down with us and like, okay, are you having emotions? Like, let's talk about it. It never happened, and so now I'm dealing with that in my own therapy. I think that these grown adults now that are probably in their 20s, if their parents have been married for 30 years, they find out about this in any way other than them having a real conversation with their dad. It could destroy the entire family. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah. Listen, I have no problem you doing what you need to do on the side if the wife is on board with it. I don't like liars. I don't like cheaters, because here's the thing. I have been cheated on as well by somebody who I loved and adored, and it wasn't the right person for me. But the worst part was not the physicalness of it all, because he and I had threesomes with guys, and like I didn't mind. I didn't mind that at all. The worst part was finding out the way I found out. I read a text message, a thread between them. The 3 of us were hanging out one day, and they got drunk one night, and I was not drinking, so I felt something weird. And it's the first and only time I ever checked his phone, and I found that they had been texting back and forth all day on a private side text and making fun of me and laughing about doing this behind my back throughout the day and throughout the months before. That's devastating. So it's the lying. For me, I don't care about the sex. The sex didn't bother me. Sex is sex. It's a physical act, and people put a lot of meaning on sex, and it can carry meaning for some people if that's the agreement between the 2 consenting human beings, right? But the lying, that's devastating. 30 years? 30 years? I just can't imagine that. I don't like it.
I lost your phone.
But he went into great detail about the smell of them. I will say this. I am into the smells. Like, I get that. Like, hey, don't shower today. I'm into that.
Yeah, I have to be in the mood for that. Sometimes it's not.
You be getting funkier quicker than me, though.
My funk is bottle it and make it a cologne, Emile's funk. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break. Yeah, that really was unnecessary to get into like all the details of thigh to thigh, but y'all have to admit the way I read it was pretty hot.
It was pretty hot. So. Yeah,
okay, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Willam's Secret.
All right, this is Confess Your Mess. It's been a wild one. We had some great audio submissions today, some live reactions from our guest, Willam, who now it's come that time in the podcast where, Willam, you're not just an innocent bystander anymore. You have to do what needs to be done. It is time for you to confess your mess.
Okay, this is weird. So, you know those backpacks you get when you go to like a circuit party or a gay event? They got like strings on them and like seal up at the top like a little like jewelry sack, but they're big, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I started growing out my hair like 4 or 5 years ago probably, because I wanted to make a wig for my old Make-A-Wish kid. She has sickle cell and she lived from like 2013 or 14. So I was like, bitch, you get another wish. We were talking about wigs one day. So I was like, I'm going to make you a wig. So you know how when you like brush your hair, you lose hair every time? I've been saving hair for like 4 years in a bag and to like make like, so I can make like a ratty bun out of it. So when she wants to put the wig up and not have to do a lot of teasing, she could just put this under it and roll her hair around it. It's something that women have been doing like forever. They did in the Victorian.
Really?
Yeah, it's called a rat, R-A-T. Like you have this big wad of old hair or like stockings or whatever. You put it up there and it's like you don't have to rat your hair around it. It is the rat. I don't know why it's called a rat. But I had a guy that I was fucking. He came out of the bathroom. He's like, "Why you got a bag of hair?" And I was, I thought it was like a ponytail or a wig bag, and I was like, "What? I don't know. Like, I do drag." And then he's like, "How?" And then like he reached in the bag and like pulled out a clump. He's like, "How do you?" I was like, "Oh no, not that." And then I had to explain the Make-A-Wish kid and show him Tanisha's picture and just be like, "Hey, no."
Oh my gosh.
He never f***ed me again. And I think the bag of hair in the bathroom was why. It was like discreet. It was on a shelf. I was like, "Why you?" I should have been like, "Why you in my shit?" But that's my weird secret. And I'm not embarrassed by it. It's just so weird. Can you imagine going into someone's house and snooping, then finding a giant bag of hair and just being like, "What's going on here?"
Well, that part's wild and iconic, but also the whole Make-A-Wish angle of it. Did the girl ever get the rat of hair?
Oh, I'm going to cut my hair in June and make her the wig on my 40th.
Oh, so you still have the rat as well?
Yeah, I'm still collecting hair. I'm like, that was mine.
I can't.
I love that story.
This might be one of my favorite episodes.
I know, right? I feel like Make-A-Wish Foundation needs to know about this. I feel like they would be so impressed that somebody's gone
the dedication
this far above and beyond and dedicated for that long to make a rat of hair.
I've always like kept in touch with her and everything, and like I'm so glad she didn't die. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Aww.
Oh my God, you're like actually really sweet.
The only reason we got to hang out with her though was because RuPaul said no. So me, Detox, and Vicky Vox, when we were in DWB, we hung out with her all day and stuff.
Wow. Oh. Okay. You have a heart. You have a heart, Willam.
Yeah.
And I heart you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah, that was a really fun part. Okay, I have a confession before we're so close to letting you go, Willam. But I did look up why Willam was disqualified.
I don't want to know.
No, but here's the thing, and you don't. So,
I'm the only gay in America who doesn't know.
You said what?
Where did you look it up?
Well, okay, so there was two things. The first thing I saw involved your ex, and then the second thing.
A lie?
Okay, so then the second one I saw. The second one I saw was actually a thread that you were tweeting with Leslie Jones. Is that the right one?
True. So the thing was something that World of Wonder and Drag Race wanted me to say, because the real reasons were obviously they made everybody look bad. I fucked a producer. They treated us like shit, racism, like a bunch of stuff. So when the time for the reunion came, they said, "Well, this will be the story, and we'd like your husband here in the audience and everything." And I was like, my ex is a lawyer. He's not going to come and sit here for some reality show and be your stooge on television. And I was like, I'll ask him. I asked him. He's like, absolutely not. So even though he wasn't there, they still cut to World of Wonder, still cut to some random old dude in the audience and made it look like I was married to him and had conjugals by this old dude. And I mean, I would have let him f*** me back in the day if he paid me, but like he wasn't horrible looking. But I was like, that is not my husband. Like, I don't fuck fives. I fuck sevens and up.
Oh my gosh. Because you have standards.
Are we like talking about like Los Angeles sevens or like the Midwest seven?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah. I'm like a seven here.
6'6", blonde, full head of hair, and a center. He was definitely an LA 7 or 8 for sure.
Okay.
You know, I'm 6'5.5". I'm just saying, so close, so close.
You got the man.
Right.
I sure do.
He's like, what do you want me to do with that information?
Yeah, so all the stuff with Leslie was true.
Okay, so when we watch, we might have to skip to your season.
Yeah, we might do that.
So we're literally on the season finale of 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so just some quick Drag Race questions. So since you had not the best experience with Drag Race, is it weird for you to, because you're almost at 400 episodes for the Race Chaser pod, is it weird to have to recap a show that you don't necessarily love? Or do you love the show and the concept and everything, you just didn't have the best experience?
I love the show. I'm able to separate art from artists. Like, not a big RuPaul fan, but I'm not watching the show for her. You know, I'm watching it for the girls. And if they want to continue to lie to the girls and not pay us right, and in 10 years, the girls have gotten a $200 raise per episode.
Wow.
It's shitty. And we don't get residuals. So I was like, let me find a way to make money off of you making money off of me. So I'm going to talk about every single episode. Keep making it. I hope it goes to like season 40. because I'm going to be making episodes about your episodes, and I have an office right across the street. I wave to everybody. Most people love me there. A lot of them probably have questions, but there's a few people that hate me there, and those are the ones I really wave hard to.
That's so sad because it's interesting though. We actually talked about this the other night. We were watching an episode, and I was like Rue was like the first to really sort of like go mainstream in like pop culture, but now the show has created so many.
No,
what's that?
Do you mean drag queen to go mainstream pop culture?
Well, I mean for like middle America. I'm talking like mainstream. Like I know
George.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think if you would ask. If you talk to anyone like where I'm from, you talk to anybody like my parents' age, not a single one of them would be like, oh yeah, but if you ask average people in like small towns,
Flip
if they could
Wilson?
name one, what's that?
Flip Wilson?
No way. Absolutely not. I guarantee you in small towns would say maybe RuPaul. Even to this day, I think some small towns would still, I come from a real.
I've been to his town.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
small.
rural.
RuPaul is one of the first major crossovers, I'd say, that straight people definitely got a glimpse into.
But now it's interesting, though, that because of that show and what the talent that these queens bring, it gets better and better and better and better every season. There are so many superstars now in the drag world that are like bigger and like more talented and more incredible and extraordinary than what RuPaul ever did on stage, you know, as a performer. And so it's really fascinating to watch. I have heard, though, like I've heard that Michelle Visage, who's like Ru's like quote unquote best friend, doesn't get paid what she deserves either, and that's been like a struggle with the show over the years, but yet she keeps coming back season after season. So I don't know what it is about the show, but
what it is about the show is they're cheap and they don't want to pay people. There's story producers that have been there when they ask for a raise after multiple seasons. They're like, what? No, this is standard. Like, and standard is a 10% raise after every season if you're a good story producer and they keep you on. They're like, we're like a family. Like the fact that you would even ask for more money, like they're just terrible gaslighter people, but they make great TV. And
yeah, it is a really great show.
It is a great show. Okay, so for
I don't know much about Michelle. I don't talk to her anymore because she's a liar and a hypocrite. But my husband was her lawyer for a second, pro bono for like 2 years, trying to get her help on a case which she got f***ed over by the people that did CNC Music Factory, Robert Savillis. Like that guy f***ed her over just like he was f***ing over Martha Wash and everybody else. And my ex tried to help her, and she was unhelpable.
Wow.
Yep.
The tea, honey.
The tea is spilling out. I was going to say on a lighter note, who are you rooting for this season of Drag Race?
This season of Drag Race, I would love it if I could see a lot of people winning. Angeria, Willow Pill, Bosco. All my LA girls are gone, so LA's out. But last year we had Simone and Gottmik, so I was like creaming
living
that, like all day. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Bosco's growing on me. I love Willow Pill.
Yeah.
Like Willow Pill is just so different. And because I will say the very first episode I judged, I was like, what are those sandals? You're kind of like goofy looking. You're kind of awkward.
Until you got the producer story.
And then I was like, oh, you're like, there's like layers to you and you've been through some shit and you're super, super fucking talented.
Yeah.
Like I love Willow Pill now.
I got her from the beginning, what she was doing with that flip flop and the angle shirt. And like, I thought it was funny. I think that there's one more girl that's really good. What's her name? Georges. I love Georges.
Oh, Georges. Yeah. Georges has body yaddy all day.
We love Georges. We used to, back in our broke days, like super broke days, AJ and I used to work for Jeffrey Sinker's White Party in Palm Springs every year. And he would sell tickets and I would work will call. And we would look at each other from across the room, like whatever, whenever we saw some things that were funny. Wait, why did I bring this story up?
I have no idea.
Oh, that edible really hit.
You're probably thinking about the little bag that he talked about. They had a bag of hair.
I did
20
think about
minutes
that,
ago.
but there was a reason why I brought up White Party.
Any of the queens?
Georges, her body.
Body yaddy yaddy.
Were you there in 2014 when I performed there?
We were there in 2014.
Wait, were you?
Yeah.
I was for sure.
Yeah.
You were there that year?
Yeah. That was the year too.
Which did you perform at? Where did you perform?
We were the tea dance at like Sunset. It was me, Vicky, and Detox.
Right, we were working tea dance that year. We were there.
Yeah. Good time.
I live for it. Okay. Jeffrey May he rest in peace. Jeffrey, I still to this day, I say Jeffrey's the reason I'm still in LA. Because in my early years, Jeffrey used to hire me for White Party. He gave me my first bartending job at a gay bar at 11, and then also at Here Lounge. And I used to follow him around. I used to work at Voyeur, all of his clubs that he would promote with Paul back in the day. I bartended at all of them, and he would hire me for private parties at his house. But he wouldn't like really make me work because it was like my friends, but also knew I needed the money.
The house on Huntley?
Yes, of course. I've been there a million times.
I lived at Huntley and Rosewood. I booked Jeffrey strippers for like 13 years. All of his Go-Go
absolutely.
Boys. That was my side hustle, was booking the Go-Go Boys at all the gigs.
Do you know, you have to know Brian Bond. Roxy, makeup artist, one of my best friends. He's coming to our wedding. He's doing my makeup for our wedding.
Yeah.
Known him for 100 years, 15 years probably. He does the ice and the fire and the looks on the dancers. Amazing. Small world. I love it. Hey, we knew each other from the Golden Globes, but we've known each other for many more years. Willam.
If only we knew why I brought up White Party, though. It
doesn't matter. Willam, before we let you go and switch rooms and hopefully, get a shower if they turn your water back on, we would like to end every single one of our episodes here on Confess Your Mess by asking you what your takeaway of the day was.
My takeaway of the day was that Batman could have been 2 hours. It was 3 hours. It is very long.
We saw it. It was very long. I will say it was very good, very dark, but extremely long.
Yeah. It was intense.
Also, I was telling my friend earlier today, I was like, it was dark and then it got darker and darker and darker. But then the other thing was, it was really good. And AJ knows I had to pee so bad. But there was no moment where I felt like I could get up and not miss something important. It was like the whole movie. You have to anyway.
It's literally like they put the pedal to the metal for 3 hours straight, and it's intense. And I could not sleep last night. But that is the wildest takeaway of the day, and I love that. Well, Willam, we love you. We adore you.
Yes.
And have fun performing in Denver. Hopefully we get to see you perform on stage again soon. And thanks for stopping by Confess Your Mess.
This was so much fun.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Confess Your Mess.
Confess Your Mess is a Straw Hut Media podcast produced by Ryan Tillotson and Frank Driscoll. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
And if you have a secret you want to share, go to confessyourmess.us to submit. Your secret could end up in the show.
Ooh.